Good morning. I am student 32. So, today we are going to discuss about the design of drainage rational method. So, in the previous reporters, there are types of design of drainage, but rational method is one of them. So, this is the next topic. So, the objectives of this report is to know the definition of designing drainages by rational method. Six, and next is to know the limitations and steps in developing the drainage by rational method. So there are considerations and limitations in developing this kind of design. So next is to know the coefficients of runoff in rural and urban areas. So there are uh, tables and charts in basis for this runoff in rural and urban areas. So later on we'll discuss about that because there are sample problems given. So the table is very useful in this topic. And last is to know the formula of rational method. So first, in terms and definition, so rational method is appropriate for estimating peak discharges for small drainage areas of up to about 200 acres or 80 hectares with no significant flood storage. So uh, this kind of design is just for small drainages areas. If you will be designing above this kind of area, so rational method is not a appropriate design method to be used. So surface runoff. So runoff is always defined from previous reporters. So let's just do some recap. So it is the flow of water occurring in the ground surface when excess rainwater, stormwater, meltwater, or other sources can no longer sufficiently rapidly infiltrate in the soil. So next is coefficient of runoff. The runoff coefficient, or C, is a dimensionless coefficient relating the amount of runoff to the amount of precipitation received. It is a larger value for areas with low infiltration and high runoff, pavement or steep gradient, and lower for permeable, well-vegetated areas, forests, and flatland. So, next is rainfall intensity is defined as the ratio of the total amount of rain or rainfall depth falling during a given period to the duration of the period. It is expressed in depth units per unit time, usually as mm per hour. So this coefficient of runoff rainfall intensity will be a crucial part for our sample problem later. So there are, as I've said, there are tables and also graph in determining this coefficient of runoff and the rainfall intensity. So next is assumptions and limitations. First, the method is applicable if Tc for the drainage area is less than the duration of peak rainfall intensity. The calculated runoff is directly proportional to the rainfall intensity. Rainfall intensity is uniform throughout the duration of the storm. The frequency of occurrence for the peak discharge is the same as the frequency of the rainfall producing that event. Rainfall is distributed uniformly over the drainage area. The minimum duration to be used for computation of rainfall intensity is 10 minutes if the time of concentration computed for the drainage area is less than 10 minutes, then 10 minutes should be adopted for rainfall intensity computations. The rainfall method does not account for storage in drainage area. No, excuse me. The rational method does not count for storage in drainage area. Available storage is assumed to be filled. So The above assumptions and limitations are the reason the rational method is limited to watersheds with 200 acres or smaller. If any one of these conditions is not true for the watershed of interest, the designer should use an alternative method, as what I've said earlier from the definition. From if the the area will be 200 acres or above, so rational method will not be a applicable method for designing. So rational method represents a steady inflow-outflow condition of the watershed during the peak intensity of the design storm. Any storage features having sufficient volume that they do not completely fill reach a steady inflow-outflow condition during the duration of the design storm cannot be properly represented with the rational method. Such features include detention ponds, channels with significant volume, floodplain storage. When these features are present, an alternate rainfall runoff method is required that accounts for the time-varying nature for the design storm or filling or emptying of floodplain storage. In these cases, the hydrograph method is recommended. So these are the summary of limitations in using rational method. So here are the significant and the main limitations and assumptions for designing a rational with using rational method. So first, area is less than 200 acres. Estimate time of concentration. Determine design rainfall intensity for duration, selected frequency. Configure rational equation model. Estimate parameter. Compute design peak flow and validate and verify. So runoff coefficients for urban watersheds. So this is this is the table that what I'm talking about, the type of drainage area. So this is the types of the drainage area, and so we got this business. For business we got downtown areas with this neighborhood areas. For residential we also have this. For industrial we have this. For the unimproved areas we have this. For lawns we have this, and streets we have these values. So these are the values. So this table is given in my written report, so you can scan there. So next is the runoff coefficient for rural watersheds. So same, we have this. So we have this type, then its designation with extreme, high, normal, and low. So in choosing the right uh, range, so as what I have searched, they always use the middle value from 0.28 to 0.35, as well as in here in this in this coefficient values. So it depends only if like this it is given from 0.70, so use 0.70. But with this, for example, sandy or sandy loam soil, 0 to 3%, so within 0.15 to 0.20, the best value to be used will be the middle value. So next, this is the rainfall intensity chart. So to get the rainfall intensity within a year, so we can plot this here for 3 years, for 5 years, for 10 years, and for 20 years. So this is just an example. There are a lot of rainfall intensity charts in the internet, so you can search that. But my intensity chart for my written report is this. So this is my example. So so So, introduction to the formula. The rational method estimates the peak rate of runoff at a specific location in a watershed as a function of the drainage area runoff coefficient and mean rainfall intensity for duration equal to the time of concentration. So this is the formula. So where Q here, Q is the maximum rate of runoff, which is CFS or cubic meters per second. Next is the runoff coefficients. So it's either from rural or from the urban areas. So based on the tables from previous pages. So the average rainfall intensity, the chart. So based also on the previous page. And the conversion factor, 1 for English system and 360 for metric. So note, conversion is only applicable if units does not match from every given. And also, runoff coefficients is based from tables. So, it can be from urban or from rural. So, in some problems, in my case, in my problem, so in my sample problems, runoff coefficients are given and some of them may be found in the table. So next is some of the given problems may give you the value of I and also may give you specifications from the runoff. I is the average rainfall intensity from the runoff coefficient tables in order for you to design a drainage. So after I introduce to you the formula, so we'll be solving some problems. So first, consider a section of a downtown business area of 35,400 square feet that drains to a particular stormwater inlet. The runoff coefficient for this drainage area has been estimated to be 0.85. So this is the value of C, 0.85. Based on a specified design return period and the time of concentration of the drainage area, the design storm intensity has been determined to be 5.1 inch per hour. What is the peak runoff rate from this area to be used for design of the stormwater inlet? So we have the given. So the runoff coefficient is 0.85. The rainfall intensity or I is 5.1 inch per hour. The area of section is 35,400 square feet. Since the formula requires that the area should be in acres, we must convert this 35,400 square feet into acres. So, in converting the area, 35,400 square feet multiplied by 1 acre divided by 43,560 feet squared. So, cancel out the square feet, then we get 0.81 0.812672 acres. So, using this rational method formula, where Q is equal to the coefficient, the intensity, and the area, direct substitution, we get the 0.85 times 5.1 times the area in acres, 0.8127. So, the answer will be 3.5231 CFS. So, next, a terrain was composed of apartments, and playgrounds. Given that the area is 175 acres, urban with urban drainages, and the apartment occupies about 50% of the area, the playground has 20% of the area, and the park occupies 30% of the area. The storm duration is in 1.5 hours. Find the runoff flow in gallons per second for a 50-year storm. The intensity for a 50-year storm with 1.5 hour storm is 1.5 hour storm duration is 2.2. So, in this problem, there are three three significant areas with no, there are three significant types of drainages. We have park, apartments, and playgrounds in a 175-acre area. So now the area the area is given, but we must consider the peak flow from the park, apartments, and playgrounds. So the solution, so since we have the area with 175 acres, the apartment is 50%, playground 20%, and the park is 30%. And also the storm duration is 1.5 hours. So using this formula, Q is equal to the coefficient times the intensity times the area. We get the Q for the apartment, the Q for the playground, the Q for parks is equal the total runoff. So considering first the apartment, so the area 175 times 50% of the 175 times the coefficient. So this coefficient 0.6 is given in the table. So you can just scan from the previous slides. So this is the first runoff. First peak flow from the apartment. Then for the playground, again the area is 175 times it's no, this is the park. Park. So 175 times 30% of the area times the coefficient also from the table, which is 0.175, plus the area again times 20% for the playground times 0.3 from the runoff coefficient times the intensity, which is 2.2, which is given here, stated here in the problem, with the 50-year storm with 1.5 hour storm duration. So the answer will be 158.8125 cubic feet per second. So in the problem, it says find the runoff in gallons per second. So converting to gallon per second, 158.8215 cubic feet per second times 7.31 gallon divided by 1 cubic feet. So cubic feet cancels out, then the answer would be 1,160.9194 gallons per second. So the apartment, playground, and park in this 175 acres will have a total runoff of 1,160.9194 gallons. So for the three this is just for the three types of drainages above the area. So what if there are a lots of types? So again, we use this formula, the summation of Q, to get its total. So proceed to the next problem. So we have this: compute the amount of peak discharge from the given values. So there is a table given. So for land use, we have open space. The coefficient is 0.9, forest is 0.14, residential with 1.5 acres, 0.32, light commercial buildings, 0.89, excuse me, apartments, 0.6, lawn, flat, and sandy soil with 0.08. So with 2.4 area, so with using area of 2.4 acres, and the rainfall intensity is 3.6 inch per hour for a 25-year storm intensity in a specific area, find the peak flow if the land has an apartment in it. So direct substitution, since the apartment has 0.6, which is its C, times the I for the given 25-year storm intensity, 3.6, and also converting it so that we can get the cubic feet per second. So this 3.6 will be multiplied by 1 feet times 12 inch, 1 feet divided by 12 inches times 1 hour divided by 3,600 seconds, so that inches and hours will be cancelled, times the area, which is 2.4 acres. So converting also this into cubic feet. So multiply it by 43,650 cubic cubic feet, then acres will be cancelled. So multiplying this, so this 8.75 cubic feet per second was already converted. Then we got the answer of 5.25 cubic feet per second. So next, with 2.4 area, with area of 2.4 acres, uh, and also the intensity of 3.6 inch per hour for a 25-year storm intensity and specific area, find the peak flow in the land if the land has a lawn, flat, and sandy soil. So it from the same from the previous problem, we just directly substitute the values. So this converting 3.6 converting into this, also this. So what differs it from the other is its coefficient. So lawn, flat, and sandy soil has 0.08. So substituting all its value, so we get 5.25 cubic feet per second. Ano, this is for the other problem. So lawn, flat, and sandy soil, uh, 0.08, again from the table, times the rainfall intensity given, converting it into cubic feet per second, and also the acre, converting it into cubic feet. So multiply it from the given coefficient, then we get 0.70 cubic feet per second. So this is for lawn, flat, and sandy soil. So next is for open space with the same intensity and same area. Substitute the coefficient, converting it for cubic feet in cubic feet per second and also acre into cubic feet. Then we get the value of 1.6625 cubic feet per second. So next is 3.6 inch, also from the same area, in the same intensity, using light commercial building. Substitute the value of coefficient, which is 0.89 from the table, converting the intensity into cubic feet per second, the 2.4 acres into cubic feet. Then we get the value of 7.7875 cubic feet per second. So that's all. I hope you guys learned from my report. Thank you.